This is what I meant when I said like when you lose it and it's like string like. So I literally let my lock get this, I guess you can say unmaintenance, because you can tell this is the end by the curl. Healing, purpose, and alignment. It's your soul sister Michaela, and I am back with another video, and this is my life on earth. Not his story, but her story. It's been such a long time since I recorded a video, guys. I'm super excited. I missed you guys. Did y'all miss me? Well, I hope you did, because I am back with a really requested video, and a video that tends to do really well on my page. It's videos on my loc journey. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that. We have a lot to cover, guys. So guys, last time I did a locs update video was 11 months ago. Okay, and then after that, like 6 months ago, I did a video on my review of getting braids over my locks, because I decided to do a style, you know, creatives who like to switch it up. So just because you have locks, guys, does not mean that you are limited to just this one hairstyle, as there are so many different alternatives and ways that you can still be creative with different protective styles. Okay, and if you haven't, be sure to check out that video, as I do share some tips and things that you do want to consider before getting your hair done over your locks. Right now it is February 2023. Last time I got an interlocking done was around the second week of January, so this is still pretty fresh. We're about like a few weeks into this interlocking. That's why you can still see some parts here that we have, and as you guys can see, we are definitely thriving with the growth. Okay, so the last time I got my hair bleached for my skunk patch, as you can see, is about grown out look like. I was done August of 2022, which was right before my 23rd birthday. So it was like at the end of August was the last time I bleached my hair. So that was about 6 months ago. And I do recommend, guys, do not, I mean, obviously if you didn't have locks in your hair, you do not want to bleach your hair a million times, as it will jeopardize the overall growth and health of your hair. So it's been 6 months since I bleached my hair. And I am actually going to bleach my hair again, as I am going to do another hairstyle over my locks. Since it's still pretty fresh, like I said, watch the tips and my review on that so you know what to do. So as you guys can see by the title, I am officially 1 year into my locs journey. Super exciting, guys. I officially made 1 year into my locs journey, November 2022, on the 16th to be exact. So you guys, it has been 1 year, and to date now, where we are in February, it is 1 year and about 2.5 months, since we're still like in about the second week of February. There's just a couple of things that I want to go over, being that this is a locs update journey. I'm just going to catch you guys up on, you know, how it's been in my loc journey so far, some tips I want to share with you guys, some things that I've experienced and I've learned over my journey, because as you guys know, everything is a journey. There is different types of locks. So if you haven't watched my first video on me starting my locks and my last update video, this is my second update video. I did braid starter locks, okay, and I have interlocking. I don't have the retwist or the twist method, so I just want to throw that out there before we continue on and I go ahead and get into some things that I wanted to mention. So one thing that is super important that I really want to stress, guys: do not go too long without getting your hair touched up. And I mean interlocking, retwist. If you have retwist, you do not want to take too long to get your hair refreshed, as it will disrupt the overall structural grid that you naturally already had for your locks to begin with. Okay, guys, and let me tell you, if you do not keep up with, you know, the touch up of your hair, I would say don't go no longer than like 3-4 weeks. It's, you know, to each his own. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody hair grows different. Everybody has different hair texture. Being that I have a softer hair texture, it is very important for me not to go too far past probably the 3-4 week mark. And I'm saying to be able to visually see the grid and the pattern of my the grid and the structure of my locks, as my hair is really soft. So, and you know, some people, when your hair grow, you have like the hairs that kind of grow out and not necessarily into that physical lock of the new growth. So that's something that you really want to consider, and is super important, as it can cause hair loss where you can actually lose your locks or cause you to have to get your locks reconstructed, which I have experienced both, guys. I'm going to get to that in a second, and I'm going to share with you guys a little bit more on me losing my locks. With that being said, guys, I'm going to explain the reconstruction of getting your locks reconstructed. So if I can, I'm going to find some pictures of like different types of different sections of my hair that needed to be reconstructed, and I'll be adding them up here as I talk. I know specifically I definitely had to reconstruct the front probably about 2 times, guys. Yes. So you know, this is a year, so this is like, you know, over a month's time span. You know, you can, you know, be busy, have life, so you're not necessarily able to just get them, you know, retouched up immediately, especially if you have to pay for them. Fortunately for me, I don't have to, because I have actually locked my entire hair by myself, which was around August when I bleached my patch. I actually bleached my patch 1 time, and I interlocked my whole head, and that was for my birthday. But if you are not fortunate to have those type of resources, or, you know, able to do that, then I would definitely make sure that you prioritize you getting your hair touched up, you know, ahead of time and not waiting last minute. So when I say reconstructing your locks, right, so I have interlocking. So my hair being soft, right, my roots right here can get like really soft. Okay, because it's the white on the edges for me. My roots right here can get really soft, and that can cause it to like do a stringing effect. Like I said, guys, do not take too long. With the stringing effect, what it happens is after a while, your locks will snap off. And that's what I mean by your hair loss. When you have hair loss with locks, that's obviously your locks snapping off from having weak roots and not maintaining them, right? So with interlocking, depending on how much hair is actually left after that piece, you know, after the lock, you know, detaches itself, you can ultimately get your lock re-interlocked back. So I'm going to show you guys some of the tools that I've used on my hair so far. These are the only tools that I've so far used to get my hair touched up as I have interlocking, which obviously you guys, if you saw the last locks update video, I showed you guys the actual interlocking tools. So this is my little baggie I have right here of all my little tools that I use. So this was, if you guys remember this bag right here, this is the bag that I showed you guys of the little interlocking tools, which are these right here. You can get these on Amazon or a local store if your store has them. Everybody knows the standard. Well, if you do hair, or you know, you get protective styles, you know about the crochet needle. And I'm pretty sure, you know, they have actual crochet needles for like, you know, knitting, but this is a hair crochet needle, as it helps you latch onto the hair and then clips in the back. Okay, so this is the main thing that I use to get my hair interlocked because of now the thickness and the spacing. And so that way you can get it really tight, because with those other tools, depending on how thick it is, you have to get the whole tool through the hair. So the interlocking process is literally taking the lock from the end, latching it on or in between one of the tools, and going through the new growth, looping the starting point of your lock and going different directions to create your hair to be back at a, how we would say, a retwist or scalp setting. So the only thing with interlocking, like I mentioned in the last video, is it will definitely kind of make your hair shorter over, like your hair will come off shorter. So as you get growth with interlocking, you know your hair is growing because you know you have literally intertwined your hair multiple times. So the longer your hair growth gets, the longer your locks are actually longer than they appear in lock form. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Hopefully you guys can get what I'm saying. And then we have these tools. If you guys know about locks, you can use these for any size locks. These are the interlocking, intertwining locks, where they kind of stitch the hair within itself. Like I said, I have braid starter locks. So over time, as you guys can see, my braid pattern is disappearing. Like you see how this one right here, you can actually see the braid a little bit more, but then you have ones like my blonde ones where you can't really see the braid pattern as much anymore. These tools right here actually help you go in and kind of get rid of the braid pattern, so to speak. But ultimately, if you need to reattach a lock, these are the tools that you would definitely use, as it help the hair that is not locked at all. in the actual physical lock long, and then you have to make sure the lock is like loosened at the part where you're attaching it, and it kind of just like intertwines. It's like literally going like this in and out where you're intertwining, kind of tangling up the hair together, so to speak, which is really locking it. So these are all the tools that I use on my hair, guys, so far. This is it. Like I said, I just keep it in a little baggie, nothing fancy right now. As you know, I'm still along this journey. So go ahead and end what I wanted to mention over, you know, reconstruction and hair loss and having to restart your hair and having to reattach your locks. I am now going to show you guys all of the locks that I have lost over the course of a year by not maintaining a proper touch-up schedule and maintenance overall for my hair. Listen, I'm still new to this, but I'm very much true to this. So I'm staying dedicated and I'm being transparent with you guys and actually showing you guys the locks that I have lost, because ultimately me going through my experience and sharing it with you guys can help you guys better going forward with your lock journey to not make the same mistakes that I made. Okay. So these are all the locks that I've lost, guys. So you see I have a blonde one right here. Like, look how nice and hefty this one is. And 90% of these are like my edges. So like my very front or my very back. Because like I said, my hair is really soft. This is what I meant when I said like when you lose it and it's like string-like. So I literally let my lock get this, I guess you can say, unmaintenance. Because you can tell this is the end by the curl. I just let my, you know, I let it do its thing, guys. And I shouldn't have done that. So you live and you learn. And we do have some pieces that came from like the middle back. These are like some ends I might have cut off. We got like some different pieces here. And you can tell this one was definitely from, this one, guys, was actually from the middle of my scalp. As you can see how long it is. And I actually, guys, if you are a returning subscriber, hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are a new viewer, new subscriber, please be sure to subscribe, push the post notifications so you know when I post a video. And guys, I have been posting more on shorts, as well as I have community posts now. So if you guys are interested in my journey and what I have going on, as well as more things from me, because my posts will ultimately be a little bit different than my videos, be sure to subscribe right now. If you guys are already a subscriber, you already know from my community post that I am now currently pregnant. Yes, I know. I don't know if you can tell. So we're not going to get too much in that. We're going to be explaining more on that in a different video. So like I said, if you haven't, please be sure to subscribe. The reason I brought that up was that lock I just showed you guys, it was like really bad in the middle, but then like my nerves and like, you know, the hormones and everything, I kind of started twisting it. And everybody know, even if you don't have locks, that twisting on your hair, do not do that. It is a very bad habit that you don't want to start, okay? Because it just causes chaos in the long run and rips your hair out, okay? And let me be an example for that. So I did that, but like, you guys, I kind of messed with that spot so much. I kind of put like a small, slight bald spot in the middle of my head. It has been growing back. It is not a bald spot. It's not visible as I did. Like I said, I just got my hair re-interlocked and touched up. So my mom actually reconstructed that area. So she said, you know, you can, it's just like a little bit more space in between the locks that are around it, but it doesn't look like a bald spot. Okay, so relax. Something else that I want to go over that has been asked of me, and it actually was mentioned, I believe, in the comments in my last locks update video. So I wanted to really be sure that I get that in this video, is my lock count, the total amount of locks that I have in my hair. Now, when I was doing my last lock update, no, I did not think like, okay, let me see how many locks I got in my head. I don't know if it's just me, but I really did not think to do that. But I did that for you guys this time. So the total amount of locks that I have in my hair is 201 locks. Now, you couldn't tell me I was about, you know, a low 90 something, low 80 something. But no, guys, even with losing those locks that you guys saw, I still have 201 locks in my hair currently at this moment. Okay. I literally just got that counted today, and I hope they included my 2 sideburns. So if not, you know, about 201, 203 if he left out my sideburn locks, because these are definitely still my locks, as you guys can see. But I keep these down all the time, and after I do this hairstyle that I'm going to do in my hair, I'm definitely, like I said, I'm going to have this patch, my skunk patch, retouched up. I'm going to get a re-interlocking after that, because as you can see, this is like still tight, but it's not at its tightest. And I'm pretty sure after that hairstyle, I'm gonna need it retightened. I will definitely be adding more accessories in my hair after this, so stay tuned. So guys, the last thing I want to talk about in my locks update video is my overall perspective and feelings towards having locks. Now that I'm just a little over a year locked, I kind of want to just go over just kind of how I'm feeling, you know, towards the journey, because as you guys can see, a lot of people will, you know, kind of give up and maybe take their locks out, you know, because they're used to having hairstyles and changing it, or we don't like the beginner stages, as a lot of people kind of tend to have problems with, and why now people are getting now lock extensions where you can go ahead and get locks, but you can go ahead and get the extensions added on there. To each his own. I'm not putting any method down, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to start my locks with my natural hair, and I used the braid pattern method. The braid pattern method, as it was more suitable for my texture of hair. There's nothing wrong with, you know, wanting to add extensions or wanting to take your locks out because you realize it's not for you. To each his own, like I said. For me personally, I never really wanted to give up on my locks. For me, it was like, I feel like this is my overall look. This is me, which it is. This is my hair. This is my hair out of my scalp. You know what I'm saying? This is grown. This is my energy. This is my connection to source. This is my connection to the sun. Like, this is a part of me. So this is something I've really learned to embrace, and overall I feel like it has really helped with my overall self-confidence and self-love for myself by having to literally embrace my own hair. Like, it doesn't get no better than that. And I would say, like I said, I didn't want to totally get rid of my locks at all at any point. I would say, however, though, like with having some hair loss and then having to get it reconstructed and then keeping up with, you know, the maintenance routine of getting your hair retouched up and re-maintenance, it definitely can like be a little bit discouraging. And I definitely thought about it, like, you know, should I just restart or should I just take it over, start over? And immediately it was just like, no, like, I'm dedicating myself to this. I'm being disciplined on this. This is something I'm doing for myself overall. And this is something that I just want to continue out through my life, especially if I can get different hairstyles if I want to as a creative to switch it up. Because like I said, there's nothing wrong with being creative and wearing protective styles and stuff like that. On a spiritual level, you know, when you're adding like, you know, other people's hair or like synthetic type of fibers and stuff like that, please be sure to cleanse these things before you do it and consider, you know, the different factors of how this can affect you on a deeper level versus it just being a creative overall thing that you want to do. We're not going to get too deep into that, but like I said, you know, it's something to consider. But me being a natural creative person and loving change, I definitely, you know, want to switch it up and add hairstyles. They're ultimately going to be geared more towards like the protective braids and faux locks and stuff like that. I did, however, in the course of this year, try to put a wig on, guys, and I actually cornrowed my locks back. And when I took it out, guys, it was like the best crimpy vibe you can think of. Okay, so if you're trying to crimp your hair and you have braid locks and they're like this small size, cornrows will get you right, because all of those methods when you wrap it and stuff like that, kind of not for our type of locks. So overall, my perspective on locks is, you know, it's something that helps you embrace yourself and your natural beauty. And it's something that doesn't limit you to hairstyles. You can still be creative. You can still get wigs. You can still get protective hairstyles. I don't want to give up on my lock journey, and I'm not going to give up my lock journey, as I'm a year and 2.5 months in, and I'm pregnant, so we can get some of that hair growth, you know what I'm saying, added to the locks is what we hoping for. Definitely had a lot of new growth, you guys. Like I said, if I can find any pictures or videos, I will be adding them throughout this video. One thing I'm going to share with you guys as well is, you know, like I said, everybody doesn't have, you know, the resources or the abilities to, you know, get your hair done without having to pay for it, go to a salon. And then some of us are, as you know, we have YouTube University. You can learn how to do things on your own. So as growing up, my mom was always a hairstylist. That's something that she's always like done. And even when she stopped doing, you know, we was always those clients that she always had and tried to get away from, but couldn't. I'm just playing. But yes, guys, so The only people that have actually laid fingers on my hair to actually do my hair and been a part of my loc journey is something I also really important I want to share, because, you know, if I had like a salon or something I went to, I would definitely want to share that with you guys. But the only people that have touched fingers on my hair is my youngest sister. Well, my younger sister. She actually started my braid locks by doing my first original grid and pattern and bleaching of my skunk patch. Okay, that was the first and last time that she helped me, but she definitely was a part of my journey. As well as my mom, she has interlocked my hair a few times. She did some reconstruction, and she also is the one that kind of looked into me being able to reattach my locks. So she's, you know, reconstructed a couple of my locks, you know, interlocked probably like 2 or 3 times. And I myself have bleached my skunk patch one time, and I have interlocked my hair, my whole entire hair, one time. So I just wanted to make sure I share that with you guys, because like I said, if I had a salon or something, or somebody who did my hair, I would definitely reference that to you guys. Fortunately, I don't. For the ones that are looking for someone, if anybody know anybody who does good interlocking, tag them in the comments down below, okay? But for me, it was just my sister, my mom, and myself are the ones who have graced this head, okay? So guys, we are 1 year into our loc journey, and that is it. We are now at the end of this locs update video. I just wanted to really briefly go over some things, you know, being a year in, you know, sharing my experiences, sharing some things I want to go over, some do's, some don'ts, hopefully inspiring someone else to start the locs journey. So guys, that is it for today's video. I'm so glad you guys decided to join. I hope this video was informative to you. Please share with a friend, as we are all on a journey of our own. Until next time, guys, see you later.